Hello and welcome to Talking Really. And today, here is something that you probably don't know about and no one has made a vlog about. Yes, so we're talking about the Compensation Recovery Unit, the CRU, which is part of the DWP apparently. Now, Friday, I had a letter drop through my door. It was in a white envelope and I obviously thought nothing of it. I opened it up and hey presto, DWP letter, which is from the Debt Center Washington Compensation Recovery Unit, which has a postal address of Wolverhampton, but they all have that because that's a mail handling centre. The actual, there's no national insurance number on it, but there is a reference number. It's dated the 30th of the 7th, which was a few days ago. I received it on Friday, which was the 2nd of August. It says, very top line, it says, please note this is for information only. No payment is required from you. And then they go on to explain that the Compensation Recovery Unit have received a notification of a possible compensation claim that you have made. If you remember, I had that car crash. Which wasn't my fault, and in actual fact I suffered injuries from it, having a doctor's assessment on Thursday this week. But since then I've been suffering progressively worse symptoms in my back and my neck and shoulders, and obviously I'm not making this up, it's actually true. I do believe that my back has become worse because of it. Obviously, after the accident, I and my insurance were dealing with the car. They obviously said, "Do you have any, injuries?" So I said, "Yes, I do, as far as I know." Because I actually called out the ambulance on the Thursday evening because I wasn't feeling very well. I really felt rough. I had a really banging head, and so they suspected I might have a concussion or something, or whiplash. So that's why I have a proper GP exam this week to determine what my injuries were and if there's any treatment for it that they can claim. Now, this letter came out of the blue. If you ever had compensation, then you probably had this because it's new to me, and I suspect it will be new to most people. So, the letter continues with, the person or organisation whom you have made the claim against has to repay the DWP the amount of Social Security benefit that you have received as a result of your compensation claim, which occurred on the 4th of July. I'm not 100% sure what that means because, as far as I'm aware, what it's saying is they want the claimant, the third party, they want them to pay back any benefit that I've had as a result of my compensation claim. So since 4th of July, they want money off of them for any of my benefits that I've got. So that would be ESA and PIP, for example, or any other qualifying benefit that I'll show you in a moment. So at the moment that is zero, and I know that because on the back it says, this is a certificate. It says injured person, that's me. This certificate shows the amount due to the DWP as a result of your compensation claim, which occurred on the 4th of July to the person named above, i.e. me. The amount due is nil. No recoverable benefits lump sums have been paid. Note, have been paid. Right? This is valid until 18th of November. And it's authorised by the Compensation Recovery Unit on behalf of the Secretary of State, which will be you know who. If you're not sure who I mean Amber Rudd. Right, back onto the front of the letter. What happens now? If you have a solicitor or representative, please forward this letter to them. No further action is required from you, i.e. me. Right, so if you want any more information, then go to this website. So I went to the website, which is www.gov.uk/government/collections/CRU, and lo and behold, it went on to the gov.uk website, where I found this. So this is basically this is a guide if you're on benefits that you will have to declare any compensation that you receive. But the onus, I believe, is on the person that you're claiming against. So in a roundabout way, what they're doing is they're taking off of you as a claimant, they're taking off the value of your benefits that you've received from the compensation that you are likely to get. So, if you've had an accident, injury or disease for which someone else is to blame, you may have claimed or be thinking of claiming compensation. If you're getting a benefit or have had a lump sum payment for certain dust related to asbestos type things, it may affect the amount of compensation that you receive. This guidance tells you how to do it. If you have any questions, then you can contact them. So the interesting one, if we come down a little bit, is this one here, which is how benefits can affect compensation. Now this is here. So how it works. When someone claims compensation, the person or organisation who is likely to pay you, the compensator, i.e. the third party, must tell the CRU, part of the DWP. I don't know why they must tell them. Probably for this very reason. But have you, that's me, claimed or received compensation? Well, I claimed it, I haven't received it. And I received a social security benefit, or lump sum. I haven't received that, not yet. If yes to both, then the compensator has to pay back to the DWP. If you've had an accident, the amount that they pay equals the total amount of benefit that you are paid from the day after the accident or injury up to the date of the final compensation payment, or for up to 5 years, whichever is earlier. The person or organisation who pays your compensation may, in circumstances, reduce the amount that they pay to account for any monies that they are required to pay to the DWP, so they can take it off your payment. Now, here, interestingly, which benefit counts as a loss for a loss of earnings? So the person or organisation who pays you can only reduce the compensation you were awarded for loss of past earnings if you have received one of the following benefits. And on there is ESA and also any sort of SDA, severe disablement, or statutory sick pay, there is on that one. And of course the other ones are, the usual income support, incapacity and job seekers. Which benefit counts for cost of care? So they can only reduce it if you're awarded the cost of care in the past, if you have received one of the following benefits. And there is DLA, care component, and also on the bottom there, PIP, living component. So if you get those, they can they have to pay. They can reduce it from your compensation. Now, which one loss of mobility? Well, it's the obvious ones. It's the three, which is DLA, mobility, which is obviously, I don't think, in existence now. It was DLA, and PIP, mobility component. Lump sums, well, it doesn't really apply to me, but if you have a lump sum, then only if those two apply. If you're awarded compensation, the CRU will tell the person or organisation who pays your compensation how much benefit or lump sum, if any, they have to pay back to the DWP. And it will be shown on the certificate. At the moment, that is zero. You or your representative will be told about this and receive a copy of the certificate. If you do not agree with it, then you can ask for a mandatory review. Blah, blah, blah. Now, 5.2. If you are receiving benefit, you must tell the office that pays your benefit as soon as you get your compensation payment if you receive to them ESA, housing benefit. And down the bottom there, we have the usual suspects, universal credit. So yes, I'm pretty certain that if you then declare, if you've got, say, I don't know, a car crash, so what are they worth? I don't know, with serious injury you can get 100,000, 500,000. You're probably going to be taken off benefit because of the maximum limit that you can have anyway, which is currently 16,000. It's 6,000 for housing benefit. So if you get more than that, they'll probably take that off you, and you'll end up paying your rent in full. And of course, council tax, you won't be paying that because they will remove you from the reduction that you would get if you're on benefit, because you would not qualify for it. So all in all, you're screwed. You're going to get compensation. You're probably going to get a few thousand. I think as long as your total amount is below the threshold, which is going to be very difficult to do that with the compensation claim for injury, you're going to be screwed as far as benefits concerned. I think it could have been a case of, if it's a small amount, maybe you don't need to make a claim, which is probably the best thing to do, because I wish I hadn't done it now, because it was like, is it going to be worth it? It would depend on how much they're going to give you for compensation for injury to my back, for example, because I do believe that it's worsened because of it, where I was spun around. So I might require further surgery, and also I might require giving up work altogether because I won't be able to get around. Anyway, I'll keep you informed about what goes on with that. Have a good day. I'll catch you again. Bye for now.